Today I'm going to be talking about Homage watches. I'm going to be talking about Addiesdive watches in particular, and I thought it would be interesting to zoom in on why Homage watches are not the enemy that everyone seems to be making of them. So I will give you 3 reasons as to why Homage watches are pretty okay. While I do that, I will also be going into details about this watch from Addiesdive. It's a diver, and I think it's an Homage as well. So reason number 1 of why I think Homage watches are not that bad is that often they get us into this hobby. Most of us mortals don't start off by purchasing or receiving an Omega or a Rolex watch or whatever. We start off by something that often looks like the dream watch, but comes at a very different price point. For me personally, it was the Invicta Pro Diver with the scallop bezel. So it was a mix of a Rolex Submariner and an Omega Seamaster, and I really loved it. Like, this was my first automatic watch. I learned about the Seiko NH35 movement. I was flabbergasted by the fact that the second hand didn't tick, but it had this sweeping second. It was new to me. If it wasn't for that watch, I would now probably also not be owning my Rolex Datejust 1601, because it's that Homage watch that got me into this hobby. And I think that probably goes for a lot of you guys. I see at many forums, on many Instagram posts, that although people hate on Invicta as a brand, people also have a soft spot for it, because for many people, this is the watch that got them down to the rabbit hole. Reason number 2 is that not all of us can spend thousands and thousands of euros or dollars or whatever currency you have on a watch. It can be quite discouraging when you start on this watch collecting journey and you go down the rabbit hole to read about entry-level watches being around 5,000 euros, dollar, whatever. That's pretty steep, that's pretty high. A lot of normal people who are not into watches, they even find spending 300 on a watch, they find that a lot of money. So it can be quite discouraging. And that's why I think Homage watches, they offer something for those who like watches, who like a certain design, but who don't have the money or want to spend the type of money on such a watch. I think a lot of you guys, myself included, really like the look of a Rolex Submariner. And then you could say, go for a watch that still has some originality, like for example a Seiko SKX, but some people just want something that looks like a Rolex Submariner, and for those people a Seiko SKX probably will not do. So hey, you might as well buy a Homage watch then. Reason number 3, and this is a very simple reason, is life is short. You should wear whatever the you want to wear. I think that's what watch collecting is about. It's when you get up in the morning and you need to decide that day, that morning, what watch are you going to wear? And the only thing that should matter in that moment is the type of watch that you want to wear. You shouldn't be thinking about other people's opinions. You shouldn't be thinking about, is this seen as a better watch than the other one? If you like a certain watch and it happens to be a Homage watch, who cares? Then I also think there's some levels in terms of, okay, what is an Homage watch and when does it become basically a replica with a different logo? And I do think that the Invicta Pro Diver was pretty close to just being almost a counterfeit watch, but then they had the thick Invicta engraving on the side, and they have the little wings on the second hand that makes it stand out a little bit. Ultimately, it's up to you. Life is short. Wear whatever the hell you want to wear. So there you have it. 3 reasons why Homage watches don't actually suck. Why can you hate on something that is the gateway drug into this amazing hobby? Why would you spend thousands of euros if you don't have the money or you think it's not worth it? And why should you care about other people's opinions? It's your watch, it's your life. Wear whatever the hell you want to wear. Having said that, zooming in as promised on this watch from Addiesdive. Now I would say that this is an homage to a Longines Hydro Conquest, but there's a lot of design elements of various watches. That's what this watch reminded me about the most, but clearly it has some different design elements. It's also of a very different quality, obviously. But what can I say about this watch? It's 40 millimeters. It sits very flat on the wrist. It has a brushed bracelet. There's no polishing there. A downside for me is the male end links. It unnecessarily increases the lug-to-lug size, and had they decided to go for female end links, the watch and the bracelet would drape over the wrist just a little tad nicer. Then there's also the clasp. Feels cheap. And of course this watch is cheap, relatively speaking, but I've seen clasps that do a better job. There's some nice engraving on the back. It's something that reminds me of a pirate's flag combined with some kind of old Soviet flag perhaps. A little random, but who cares about the case back with watches like these? The crown is big enough, it makes it easy to grab and hold on to. Movement seems smooth and buttery. They have it in various colors, but I decided to go for the all black version, making it a watch that is very easy to mix and match with whatever outfit you're going with. Now you can of course also take off the bracelet and put it on a NATO strap, but I'm not sure if I really enjoy that look because of its fat lugs. Those lugs also make the watch appear a lot bigger than it is. It's a 40mm watch, but it's quite beefy due to these thick lugs, as we've come to know as well from the modern day Rolex Submariners. They're having a sale on AliExpress, so you can use the link in my description to get one of your own. I'm not going to pay to do a positive review, and I told you what I think about the clasp. They should do a better job in that. Told you what I think about the male end links. They should do a better job at that. But if you do like this watch, and if you do think that you should wear whatever the hell you want to wear, that you don't need something that is 100% original, but that you're fine wearing something that might slightly be inspired by a Longines Hydro Conquest, go to the store and purchase one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. If you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe for more content, interviews, and thoughts on the watch world. See ya.